Looking through the pictures, I was immediately drawn, so I tore them out of the magazine and displayed them on my wall. At that moment, I told my parents, you know what? One day I'll live in New York City.
Do not know who I am, but still know that I'm good long as you're here with me.
I have always said that every woman should take a risk, at least make one big, bold move once in their lifetime. For me, that was New York City. Going back to when I was younger, I was a little girl at the time, and my father had a subscription to National Geographic's magazine. There was one issue on Manhattan, New York. All of their skyscrapers were beautifully displayed in the magazine. I was immediately drawn to them and tore those pictures out of the magazine to hang on my wall. I told my parents at that time, you know what? I'm going to live in New York City one day. Of course, they were puzzled. I then actually made the trip, and sure enough, it was love at first sight. Back when I was 24 years old, I was at a time in my life where I had reached a crossroads. I had to make a decision, and my eyes were set on New York City. Then, the 9/11 attacks occurred. That event didn't scare me from moving to New York. What I saw, in fact, was that New York could keep running regardless, that they were able to remain resilient and bounce right back. That is what drew me to the city even more and reaffirmed my decision to make the move. So I thought, yes, I'm moving to New York City. And I did. I made the decision within only just 2 short weeks. I came with 2 suitcases. I didn't even have a job confirmation nor a place to live, but deep down inside, I knew everything was going to eventually work its way out. And it did. New York City is where dreams can come true. Yes, my first year here, there were some tough moments here and there. I definitely had some setbacks, and yeah, I fell on my face. But my hope and energy was revitalized with this city. It reminded me the importance of getting back up on my feet and truly made me who I am today. If you know my journey, then you know moving to New York City was certainly not the last bold move that I made. There were several others. However, I'm thankful to New York City for starting it all. It gave me the confidence and knowledge that I can do anything in my life. New York City is where I truly gained my independence, self-confidence as a woman, and learned to embrace who I am. And I know several other women that have that same adoration and relationship with this city.
When I moved to New York City, I didn't know anyone. I would tour the library, museums, and do things that everyone should do in New York City. Then boom, I met a deaf guy who introduced me to the deaf community. So I met a lot of people through the deaf community. And not only that, I met people through the art community and through work. They had such diverse backgrounds. These communities made me who I am today. So New York City has always been incredible in terms of different and new activities. It's always easy to take part in the community here. There are always things to do here. That's why I love New York City.
The Bronx in New York City was where I was born and raised. It's a place I hold dear. Who I am today was really because of my background, experiences, and journey throughout my time in the Bronx. There's just something about New York City, the energy. There's so many things special about it. For example, Broadway, Wall Street, Rockefeller Center, Greenwich Village, Fifth Avenue, Central Park, the Brooklyn Bridge, Ellis Island, and so many more. Not just that, There's many different cuisines, cultures, and people. It's so diverse. And not to forget the clothes. The fashion and its vibrant style, I have that essence within me. Even though I don't live in the Bronx anymore, you cannot get the Bronx out of me.
When I arrived in New York, I was a very naive young lady. I was not exposed to many things. After I arrived, it was mind-blowing. I met so many different people, went to mind-boggling events, and got a lot of amazing opportunities that one could only dream of. I wanted to go for it and see what happens. Thanks to New York, it taught me to go for it, and I suggest you do the same thing. Go for it!
Thank you to New York City for giving me 8 beautiful years. You will always be a great love of mine. So, how about any of you? Have you had that experience, the necessity to make that bold move? Tell me about your bold story.